Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. And as you can see, today I am relaxing on the couch instead of standing up to talk to you like I usually do. I'm not much of a sitter. Those of you who know me know I eat standing up, I work standing up. I'm one of those crazy people who just doesn't like to sit. Oh, but I do have a little congestion again today. Guess my meds aren't working. Hey, guess what? I got a new refrigerator yesterday. Went to Lowe's instead of Home Depot. And I got to say, they got it right the first time. They did a great job installing. They didn't break anything. They didn't lie about anything. They didn't cheat us. They just did everything they said they were going to do. So they got a tip. That's the way it works. Mm. Oh, I do love my morning coffee. Can you see who's here with me today? Big surprise, right? It's Bailey. I'm telling you, it's like magic. The dog comes in around 4:15, 4:30 in the morning, puts his little paws up on my mattress till he gets my attention and gets some petting, and then he leaves. And then as soon as it's about 5:45, he comes running in here. JB, good morning. And thank you for saying happy Groundhog's Day, because that's what I want to talk about first. Groundhog's Day. How much do you really know about it? Like, for instance, did you know that it started in Germany with a hedgehog, not a groundhog? Just saying. And in Alaska, they celebrate it, but they use marmots instead of hedgehogs. Just saying. I mean, a little trivia for you. And I know if you're like most people, you can't remember, is it if he sees his shadow or if he doesn't see his shadow? What does it mean? So I decided I would be the definitive Groundhog's Day expert for you. Here's what happens. In Puxatani, I hope I said that right. That's where, like Phil, he's the one who does this. When the groundhog comes out this morning, if he sees his shadow, he goes back into his den and he sleeps for another 6 weeks because it's going to be very cold. If he doesn't see his shadow, then he goes out to play because it's milder weather and the next season will come a little bit sooner. Got that? Okay. So I remember, speaking of groundhogs and hedgehogs and marmots, a lot of girls at age 16 get their noses done, especially girls with big noses. I did not have a big nose. I was born with this nose. Just want to put it out there. My daughter was born with a little tiny cute nose, but she had sinus issues. And at age 16, she had to go in and get a rhinoplasty, which is almost exactly what you get when you have a nose job. So when she went in to get her sinus surgery, everyone thought she was getting a nose job, but she wasn't. She had a perfect little nose, still does. But you can't breathe very well afterwards. So what they do is literally put like a straw up each nostril so you can breathe. So at the hospital, I brought her a giant stuffed hedgehog and I glued 2 straws to its nostrils. That's my hedgehog story, and I'm sticking to it. Good morning, Opa. So today is also Heavenly Hash Day. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. When I first saw that, I thought it had to do with marijuana. What do I know? I mean, I'm a child of the 60s. Hash was not something that you ate on a camping trip. You know what I mean? You smoked it. But no, Heavenly Hash is that concoction. You can make it a lot of different ways, but it has to have marshmallows and marshmallow whip or marshmallow cream. A lot of times they do it with canned fruit and mix it with marshmallow cream and little marshmallows. And I know they call it Heavenly Hash. I know there are a lot of people who like it. I'm not on that list. Okay. So if you're making heavenly hash, do not invite me over to eat. I won't eat it. No, I don't even want to look at it. And canned fruit, really? I mean, in desperation, I can understand it, but you've got to be pretty desperate to eat canned fruit. Although I did love my canned pears when I was a kid. I did with cottage cheese. I really loved them. Not anymore. No canned fruit for me. No, no. But I love my fresh fruit every day. What else? Tater tot day. There's another thing I never really got into. My kids loved them. If you have kids, you probably have tater tots. Do you know what they are? This is like so clever. The company that first made them is Ore-Ida, the company you think of when you think of French fries and tater tots and fried potatoes and stuff like that. And they did it. It wasn't Ore-Ida at the time. They then bought a factory and it was on the Oregon-Idaho border. So they called it Ore-Ida. Get it? I knew you would. Anyway, it turns out that they were making French fries. That's what they were doing. They were making French fries, and they had so much stuff left over that they couldn't use to make French fries. They were giving it to farmers to use for ranchers, to use for their cattle, to feed the cattle. Made great cattle feed, but they found out that they were losing a lot of money because there was so much left over after they made their perfect little French fries. So they started grinding them up and putting them into little like nuggets, and they made tater tots. Yeah, and that's how they got started. It was cow food. Just saying. So happy Tater Tot Day. And by the way, they're pretty popular because apparently there are over 3.5 billion tater tots consumed every year. 3.5 billion. That's a lot of tater tots. How'd you like to eat your way through that? Hey, I was once on a quiz show with the guy who skied down Bandini Mountain. Do you know what that is? Bandini? It's a fertilizer company. Yeah, showed you what kind of class of people I hung out with. Okay, what else? Oh, it's also sled dog day. That to me is kind of cool. Back in 1925, they had to get vaccines for diphtheria to the people of Nome, Alaska, and it took 20 drivers and groups of dogs. Took them a week to go 650 miles to deliver the diphtheria vaccines, because back in 1925, apparently that was the only way to get up to Nome, Alaska. Isn't that cool that they use dog sleds to do it? So I'm a fan. I am a fan of dog sledding. If you've never been, I highly, highly recommend it. I was part of a family for a while that used to go skiing all the time and like plan these big family ski trips where family from the East Coast and the West Coast and the Midwest would all meet at some big ski resort, and we'd get one great big house and we'd all stay together for the week or the weekend or whatever we were doing. And we would have these like massive ski events, only I didn't ski. And I never particularly liked being cold. And so I'd always be the one who stayed home and made soup and cookies while everybody else was out skiing. And sometimes I'd go out and build a snowman. But yeah, skiing I tried it. It's not like I never tried it. I just didn't like it particularly. But on one trip, my cousin Susan was there, and Susan didn't ski either. So the two of us were staying home and making soup and cookies. And we decided, this is crazy. Why do we have to be the housekeepers and the cooks and all that stuff? What can we do that would be like really fun? And I said, have you ever been dog sledding? And she said, no, but that sounds like fun. So we called and we made reservations to go dog sledding. I cannot even begin to tell you what an amazing experience that was. First of all, with the dogs, we went up just as high as the skiers did, except we went on different trails. There were like gazillion dogs in front of us, and there was like a seat part of it, and then there was a stand-up part in the back, kind of like a chariot, from Roman times, and one person with us who knew what they were doing. So we each got a turn to lead the dogs from the back, standing up with the help of the person who knew what they were doing. And then after we got used to it, we each had a turn to run the dogs ourselves. Okay, I mean, it's kind of like riding a horse on a trail that they really know. The horse can really do the job. You don't have to worry about giddy up or woohoo or kicking I mean, I like that too, but now we're talking about the dogs. The dogs could have done it without us, but you had to hold on and you had to turn a certain way and pull a certain way. And you had certain words, which I cannot remember now, that you had to say to the dogs. The views were amazing. The ride was fast and furious, and it was so exciting. I forgot to be cold. Seriously, I forgot to be cold. That's how much fun skiing should be for me. I should forget to be cold. But the 1 or 2 times I went, all I could remember was, number 1, my feet hurt. Number 2, it was friggin' freezing outside. And number 3, I would look around and I never saw anyone smiling on ski slopes unless they were dog sledding. And then everybody was smiling. Okay, I digressed, but I had to share dog sledding with you because it was amazing. Amazing. Let's see what else. In 1653, New Amsterdam became a city. Now, why do we care? Well, we don't really care, except that the name was eventually changed to New York. Did you know New York was once New Amsterdam? I didn't. A little piece of trivia for you. Okay. Happy birthday to Graham Nash. Graham Nash of first the Hollies and then Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. I adore Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Love them. I've seen them many times. Many times. In fact, one of my girlfriends used to hang out with David Crosby. So jealous of that. What an awesome guy. And I can remember being at a concert at the House of Blues in LA. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm only 4'10". So when I go to a concert, it doesn't matter where I'm standing. People push me up to the front because they're all blocking me and they know it. So they turn around, they see this little teeny person and they go, here, get in front of me. Here, get in front of me. Next thing you know, I'm almost always standing at the stage without ever asking to do that. So there I am standing at the stage. And Graham Nash was entertaining, and man, that guy's good. That guy is good. I can't say I met him. I didn't. I smiled at him. He looked down at me. I think he wanted me, but we weren't alone. Anyway, Graham Nash, happy birthday, Graham Nash. Thank you for making great music. Totally love it. Opa is also 4'10". So I think I've mentioned this to you before, Opa. In California, apparently, if you are 4'10" or under, you qualify as a little person, and you can actually get a handicap sticker for your car and get all the good parking spaces. My son is very upset with me that I will not apply, but I will not apply. There are people who need those things, and I won't do it. How do you feel about that? Yeah? And okay, next thing on my list. I see someone else here mentioned it already, and I already sent her wishes on Facebook. But a what do I say, what do I do groupie, Marlene, it is your 50th birthday today. What a milestone, huh? 50. Mwah! Happy birthday, my dear. I hope you're watching. And if you're not participating with us, I know you'll do a replay and see our birthday wishes. It's your birthday, Marlene. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, Marlene. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, Marlene. It's your birthday. And we are super psyched. I'm not doing the whole song. I'm sorry, but it's a great song. It's crepe day. It's crepe day in this house because my guy used to love making crepes. He called himself the Crepe Crusader. Ooh. We have 2 giant crepe makers. You know, it's like a grill kind of. They're like round grills just for crepes. God, they're so good. One day, a few years ago, we had this like unusual dinner party. We invited 2 couples. We went shopping. Each couple went shopping and got certain ingredients. 2 of us sat down first and made up a menu. One of the other girls and I made up a menu. Then each couple got certain ingredients. We all showed up here at this house because we have an awesome kitchen for gang cooking. And my guy taught everybody how to make crepes. Oh. And each couple was responsible for a different kind of crepe. We had a chicken crepe that was out of this world. We had a filet mignon crepe. We had a dessert crepe. Maybe we had 4 crepes because I think we had a veggie crepe too. Anyway, what a night that was. So it's crepe day. And if I get my way, and I'm hoping I will, because I will volunteer to be sous chef, I'm hoping we have crepes for dinner tonight. Oh, they're so good. Or as somebody once said, a crepe is just an adult pancake that knows everything that pancakes did wrong and did them right. Hey, what's wrong with that? Oh yes, Fritzi report. That's a good way to end today. Let's end with a Fritzi report. The woman is amazing. That's all I can say. And yesterday, okay, let me give you a teeny bit of background. I have 1 aunt. That's it. I have 1 aunt. I had 2. 1 died years and years and years ago. But this aunt, my Auntie Lou has always been like a combination friend, sister, aunt, extra mother to me. I adore my Auntie Lou. She is my person, okay? She turned 90 this past summer, and I couldn't go. I had to cancel my tickets because of COVID. I miss her very much. But my brothers and their kids and my kids and I pitched in, and we got her a portal like we got for my mother. Yesterday, she called me on the portal, and we were chatting, and I said, you know, maybe I can get Fritzi on the portal too, because she's been doing really well lately. I don't know if she'll remember you, but my mother and my aunt were sister-in-laws, but you would never have known it because they were so crazy close, like so close. So talking to my aunt, I got my daughter on the portal, and then I called the home and I said, can you get Fritzi on the portal with us? So we got Fritzi on the portal and we took pictures and everything. And there I am with my daughter, my favorite aunt who's 90, and my mother who's 97. And we're having a group call. So how's Fritzi? She knew who she was with, and if she didn't know, she just knew she loved everybody who was there because she was smiling and waving. She didn't hear very well yesterday, so she answered, you know, we'd say to her, are you having a good day? And she would say, I'm not on the floor. I mean, things like that. It was like a little discombobulated, but for the most part, it was a glorious phone call, and all 4 of us left that phone call feeling awesome. Yeah, that was my Fritzi report. Good news for that. You've never had a savory crepe? Oh, you have not lived until there was a place in Chicago called the crepe house or the creperie or something like that. And that's what you did. You would go and you would order small crepes of all these. You'd make a whole meal out of crepes. You order a bunch of crepes for the table and share. Ugh, I love crepes. I love crepes. Hot toddies. Is it hot toddy day too? Yeah, but I'm afraid yeah, that's also one I'm not really into. Anyway, happy birthday to Marlene. Fierce Fritzi is awesome and she sends everyone her love, or at least she would if she knew she needed to. It's also play your ukulele day. Yeah, I don't play the ukulele, but my sweetheart does. Maybe he'll play the ukulele while the crepes are cooking. It's that kind of day. And hey, be nice. And did you see today's word art on what do I say, what do I do? Today's word art is monkey business. Have some. Yeah. So today I wish you monkey business. Monkey business. Have fun today. See you tomorrow. Bye.